Hello and welcome to another episode of Come Sit Down, Let's Talk, our Mother's Day edition. I am Master Life Coach and Chief Curator of Embrace Your Training Solution and affectionately known to others as Miss. Wrap you up, put you in a ball, shake you up, and get you together.
My God. She did a lot.
That's how I be feeling sometimes. So in this episode of our Mother's Day edition, I have slid the mothers to the side so we can have some mother conversation about the daughters of our lives. And they are tucked away in another room so we can talk about them.
Oh.
So, ladies, just do a quick introduction. Just tell your name and what you do for those who have not already seen the episode from last week. So go back and watch it.
All right. So I am Coach Melita. I am a six-figure notary, and I do notary mentorship for notaries. I am currently 41 years old, and I am excited about being on this segment on today.
Thank you.
I am Coach Keisha. I am a photographer, and I am an apostle, and I am excited about how we're going to change the lives and the interactions between mothers and daughters.
Hi, I'm Lanika. I am 46 years of age. I am a mother. Of course, I love to be on this edition today. I am a coach as well. I am upcoming with the journey of Soul Journey.
Yeah.
Yes, really excited about that, Coach. But I'm excited to be here. Just excited. Thank you.
So in our last segment, we randomly pulled a question from the box. I'm going to shake the box up and we're just going to have some conversation. Y'all ready? So let's see. Okay. We're going to save y'all. Let me see. Ooh. So this is a good one. I said save this because this is something I think the daughter should hear at the table. That's the only reason. I'm not just picking out what we're going to say. But, so what is the relationship like with you and your daughters from your perspective? And what is one area you would like to see grow?
Okay. So I guess I can start off with that. I have two daughters biologically. So with my two daughters, I would say that my relationship with my younger daughter that's on this session with us, I would say that it's, good. We have an open line of communication. We vibe together really good and really well. So it's just kind of being able to kind of get her out of that place of being in that babyish stage, because as someone was saying at the last segment, that she will call me for everything. So I would say for her, for the most part, my relationship with her is good, and the area for growth would be just getting her to that area to where she's able to make decisions, and really work on those problem solving skills before she come to me to give her the answer. So that's my thing with her. As far as with my oldest daughter, me and her relationship always has been a challenge, only because she always kind of viewed my standpoint of telling her the truth as I'm the enemy. So with her, I have to use a lot of wisdom and prayer with how I respond to her because of that. So I would say with her, our areas of growth is just kind of being able to kind of still be sensitive to what she needs and how to respond to her. And again, like I said in the previous segment, is being able to be okay with saying, okay, let me process what is being said and then give a response and not just go off on a response. So I would say that would be the biggest area of growth with her, is being able to really know that and understand it from her point of view.
That's good. Shakisha?
I would say so. I have one biological daughter, and then I have a daughter that adopted me, as well as I actually have a bonus daughter or a stepdaughter. I in my opinion, even from me being a daughter, I would say that daughters are a challenge. Just from me as a daughter to my mother, and me having daughters, I would say that daughters are a challenge, but. Our relationship is, we're a lot alike. We're born in the same month and like 10 days apart, but different ages. But so we're a lot alike, but we like to have fun and, act silly, and we do a lot of the same things. But, I would say, in the space that we're in now is more, as her, it's she's going through a process, and me going back and realizing when I was in that stage, where was I, what was I doing, how was I doing it, and then once I'm reminded of that, I'm like, okay, wait a minute, she could be doing this, but she's not. She's doing this. So for me, my aspect, I feel like I try to be more relatable to her, and then on her side, she's trying to develop trust in me, and for me, it's an interesting concept, because look, I've been raising you your whole life, and just now you're thinking about, but that's the thing, like she has to trust me with her stuff, and that's the space that she's in, and I'm just being relatable and say, hey, I remember one time, girl, let me tell you, this is what I did. Don't do that. Just so she can develop trust in me and know that I didn't do everything right. I didn't have everything right. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to mess up. Then I'd be like, oh, girl, we fixed that. Don't even worry about it. Yeah.
For me, as I told last week, is that Kamaria is my heart daughter. Mm-hmm. I actually got her at 6 months, and she's a teenager now. So that's what I mean, heart daughter, is that he gave me the desires of my heart to have a daughter. She is one of 2 daughters that I have, and I have 2 biological sons. The biggest thing with us is I'm trying to ensure that she knows I am not trying to keep her from her biological mom. Mm-hmm. And I want to keep an open lines of communication between us for her to be able to feel what she feels, to be able to say, you're my mom, but she's my mom because she's my sister. Mm-hmm. And I've just been blessed to have her in my life as my daughter. Mm-hmm. I just want to ensure that the transition with her is much safer than it was for me. Mm-hmm. And that can sometimes be very difficult because I never want it to be perceived as a negative. Like, you're saying I'm your mom, but she's my mom too. And I think that's where I'm at now, which is going to a teenager. It's like, okay, how do I really explain this to her that she can understand it and not feel slighted in some type of way?
Yeah.
And know that it's okay to have more than one mom. It's okay, because being a mom is not necessarily based on the birth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's based on, I like to say, our connection is heart to heart. Right. That's what makes me her mother, is that we have a connection by heart. Mm-hmm. And that's just it for me right now. It's just really trying to have that conversation with her that she feels comfortable to say mom to me and to her, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm. I know, like for me, for Victoria, number 1, being my stepdaughter, and me and her dad married, she was already grown. So creating a space for me in her life, it's not been challenging, because from day one, I've not tried to be your mom. Mm-hmm. Even early in our relationship, they called me Michelle. I was okay with it. But now she calls me mom, because I've been able to create a space for that. Mm-hmm. Her mom lives over 1,000-something miles away. I live 5 minutes away. So oftentimes I have become that first call. Or I have become that rescuer. I have become that, hey, can you come and do this right here? But always creating a space to know, even though that's your mom, I'm your mom as well. So creating the space is going to be key, because it has been with us, and we have all good times. So like, it is possible for you to be in relationship with people and it be good times.
Yes.
Even on areas where we may not have the same thought, we can still agree that we are who we are, we are where we are, and knowing again where you sit is going to depend upon what you see.
Yes, absolutely.
And then now with my Victoria, as all the mothers have said, she was my challenge. Because like, she's the only girl. She's the baby. She was her dad's only daughter. Well, the only one he raised. So she was spoiled. She is spoiled. And having to kind of undo some of that, having to be okay with saying no, and be okay with the tantrum that comes behind the no. Just because that was what we created. And a lot of times, like, I coddled the circumstances with gifts, with buying, with money. And now I'm having to really deal with what the real matter at hand is, and not just try and throw money at it. But we have begun to grow in our relationship. I think what really changed how we interact in our relationship was when I began to set boundaries. Because we lived a life before where there were none. So I think our area of growth would be to continue setting boundaries, and honoring the boundaries she set, because there are areas in her life that I just want to keep the door open. Be like, this some shenanigans. What are we trying here? But being able to just say, it ain't my life to live. I'm okay. Whatever her decision is, I'm going to be there because it's her life. So being able to just pause. Because like, when they're born, like, we have this life all planned out that we have.
Expectations.
For them, like, I girlied her, like, she had all the matching bows, the matching socks, the matching dresses, the big beautiful curls, the hair, everything. Now,
She's like, I don't want that.
no.
Right.
Like, go get a dress. Be girly. And she's not. She grew up with boys. They tumbled her and threw her up and down and flipped her around, so she's not. So I'm just, I'm hoping for a granddaughter. Who would be girly?
It's like that with me and Kamari as well. I'm like, every time she leaves the house, she has no earrings. I'm like, where are your earrings?
Oh my God, yes.
And then she's just walking rough. I'm like, you walking too rough. And she's like, okay, well, how am I supposed to walk? So I do get it, because remember, as I was asking for the desires of my heart, I had my own plan, is that I wanted to have the ponytails, the bows, and I wanted to do all of that. But she's like, I don't want to wear the earrings. So right now she's like, I don't like these earrings. I'm like, you gotta keep the earrings on.
Yeah.
I want you to be a little girl.
And even now, I'm like that with Victoria. I be like, "Where your earrings? Why you put some on your face?" That we riding in the car going somewhere. It's me saying, "Put some on your face. Put some on your face. Put on some lip gloss.
Yes.
Put on some eyeliner. Put some on your face." And she be like, oh. And then I'd say, "All right, just look how you want to look."
She gets to decide. She gets to decide. I don't want lip gloss on today, and I don't want to wear earrings. Okay, no problem. You got it.
It's okay.
Gosh.
Yes. So, let's see.
I just wanted to say, as we were sitting here talking, I was just thinking about the space of a mother-daughter relationship, and I just posed a question that's not in that box, but this is the question that came to me is. When we talk about the mother-daughter relationship, and I know that we always hear about men and their sons and men in the family, but the space that a mother has in their daughter, and how I feel like even like if I think about the relationship of me and my mom, like my mom wasn't raised up to be she's just not in the space where she can be like a mom.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. I'm okay with that. So, cause I call her and hey girl, what you doing? You whatever space you're in, that's what you're going to be to me. As a matter of fact, I talked to her today, but I was just thinking about the space or what the enemy tries to do to attack the mother-daughter relationship, and our daughters need us.
Yes.
But he tries to attack that however he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna use your past or your rejection to get to that daughter, so then it can filter into their children and their children's children, and it's just a repetitive cycle. So I feel like they always talk about the space that dads have in the family's life, and that's true, but as mothers,
Yes.
the important role and the important place that it's a fight.
Yes.
You know what it's a fight. It's a fight to keep to look, and that's what I was telling my daughter, like, I don't care, like you're gonna make decisions, but every day I'm going to fight to show you that this is the place that you need to be, and this is the love, and this is what I'm supposed to do in your life, and this is who I'm supposed to be. So you want to do all that? Okay, be all that. But let me tell you, when you get done being all that, I'm going to be right here, still being the same mama loving you. So go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah, it's kind of like breaking the generational curse, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I've been very transparent about the relationship with me and my mom here, is we don't have that. I can't call her and talk to her because I don't know what she may say,
Right.
But I want to break that. I want to break that cycle of feeling like, I can talk to my mom and then Kamaria can't talk to me.
Yes.
I am intentional about stopping that.
Yeah.
That is why I'm creating that safe space and letting her know it's okay. It does not matter because I didn't have it. But I can be the one to make the change for everyone else.
And the thing is, it puts us in a vulnerable place. So then I have to be vulnerable to say, wait a minute. Okay, I went through this, and then you feel like you can't talk to me and I can't open up to you because this is what I went through. But that stops, like you said, that stops here. Like, no, I need to be able to open up and put myself in a vulnerable space so I can reach you, so you can be different than what I went through and what I experienced with my mom. So,
it requires a lot of work on my behalf.
It's a fight.
That it's like, okay, I have to be vulnerable enough to listen. I got to do as best as I can, even if I don't have the answer. And that's why I always say, pause, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Even if I have to seek advice from others, I'm okay with that. Mothers need to be able to talk to other mothers, right? Because we're not going to all have the right answers. There's no manual to this.
Right.
So, I pause a lot and come back to it, but I want to make sure that I'm giving my best version of me with her. Best version.
And I feel like it's a pushing past what you have. You're emptying out. And that's why I say with girls with my boys, I don't feel like it requires so much. But with her, I feel like I have to push past what I have and give even more than what I even have inside of me. Like, okay, let me get this from off the shelf.
Yes. Reach way back.
Look, you be like, girl, you help me get this out my shelf.
Right.
I'm
Let me borrow it from Coach Michelle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would say as well, even for myself, what I realized with my oldest daughter, a lot of times the challenge be because we're looking at them from the lens of what we was healed from. And when we looking at them from that lens, we want to disconnect from what the trauma that we experience. And because we see that in them, we kind of shun that because we don't want to connect to that because we know that was our place of weakness. That was our place of hurt. So with that being said, I had to try to look at it from a different perspective with my oldest daughter and with my baby girl, because I'm trying to get her out of that needing somebody to solve that problem for her. I had to say, Melita, you were at a place where you were a people's pleaser, where you always seeked direction in people instead of seeking direction within yourself first. So with that, again, you have to look at it from the perspective of, yes, I'm looking at it from where I was, where I've been, the journey that I've been on, and then you could be able to properly process it and filter it out to them to keep a positive
But
relationship.
for me, it's like, so think about, we can identify us and them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, God.
They do stuff, you be like, ooh. But problem lie in when we identify the father in them.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. Mm.
That's where we want to throw the whole baby
Yes.
In the
in the
trash.
trash and put the top on it. Because it's like those things that we don't understand that our past spouses may have done, we now see it playing out. And I know for me, oftentimes I'm triggered by her behavior because it's his behavior.
Exactly.
And I have to call Keisha and I be like, "Cut, you better get your little cousin." Because your little cousin done triggered me. And I literally had to begin to pray to say, God help me so I don't mess up her deliverance.
That part.
Because like he got kicked out for that foolishness that you redoing. So I've had to begin to extract my triggers from me and her relationship.
Exactly.
Because even though it looks the same, it's not the same.
Exactly.
And that's the other thing is we had a process. It's a process, really. And if they don't go through the process, just like we went through the process to get to where we are now being healed from the things that we went through, if they don't go through the process, I think for us it's a fear, hey, I don't want you to have to go through that. I don't want you to have to do it. But no matter how many times I say it, they still have their process to get to where they need to be. Hey, I don't want you to be like your daddy. But it's still, I think it's a process. You know what I'm saying? It's a process, and that's the thing. If they don't go through their process, then they don't get where they need to be. So I find myself like sitting down and saying, especially to Alexa, saying the same thing over and over. Let's have a conversation about it. You know, I saying the same thing over and over again, maybe about the 10th time. She said, you know what? You said that before. Really?
Your thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I have to be patient and say, because somebody had to be patient with me.
And God is patient with us.
Yeah.
And oftentimes when we've gone past something, we sit on this throne
Right.
of I've come past it. So then when we see it happening again in the lives of our children, we look like when we really need to come down off that throne and be like, let me share with you how it happened to me. Or let me share with you how what you do make me feel. Because I've recently had to have a conversation with one of my sons, and I said, when you do this, this is how it makes me feel. And if we're going to continue in our relationship, because when they become adults, it's not a mandatory relationship. Like they have the option to be like kick rocks. Like and then what can you do? We gotta honor what their
wishes are.
And on the back end pray and be like, you know, I'm praying for you and God's gonna work that through. But just knowing that when we see and when we're triggered, being able to just pause. Look, phone in a friend. Hey, that's what they used to say, phone a friend. Speaking of friends, I oftentimes say to Keisha, our mothers are designed to teach us how to be friends.
Oh, that was so groundbreaking when she told me that. I was like, that's what it is.
So we, in building friendship with our daughters, we teach them what friendship looks like. When we didn't have that, we got to be able to identify it and push past it to be able to give them that, because they need friends. Child, but when a person doesn't know how to make friends, like life for them become lonely.
Right. Or
Because-
pick the right friends.
Ooh,
Pick the right friends.
that's a good one. Ladies, and thank you again for having this conversation with us. It is so needed. We need to have more of these conversations, create us a mom spaces so we can talk trash about our daughters and their days. Thank you again for watching another episode of Come Sit Down, Let's Talk. I am Master Life Coach Michelle Kennedy, Chief Curator of Embrace You Training Solutions. And this has been our Mother's Day edition. We'll see you back again next Thursday at 6 p.m. for the Daughters Conversation.
Yes.
I'm going to let them talk trash about y'all. Same time, same bad channel.
With Embrace You, I found a career.
At Embrace You, I found a family.
At Embrace You, I found me.
Are you the strong friend who's always giving advice? Are you the one always mentoring and coaching? Have you thought about being a certified life coach? Because here at Embrace You, we have room for you in our family.
I am Embrace You.
I am Embrace You.
I am Embrace You.
And you can be Embrace You.